Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nails and Beauty Talk. I am your host, Asia the Bird. To have a very special guest with us today, she is a nail artist. Please welcome Catherine, aka Kitty's Claws. Hello, Catherine, and welcome.
Hi.
Hello. I want to go ahead and get started by asking where you're originally from and tell us a little about your upbringing.
I'm from Long Island, New York.
Mm.
My upbringing, I am the youngest of four siblings. Pretty big family.
Oh, cool, cool. Now, what's like your experience like in terms of like school, like grade school, college, beauty school, and things of that nature?
I went to Catholic school from nursery school, so I've always been in private school from college. My college was private also.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of beauty school, I had a really good experience. I've heard like horror stories about beauty school, but I
Mm.
had a really good experience. I made a lot of friends. I learned a lot in terms of not in terms of the curriculum, because if you know, you know, but
Mm-hmm.
just from others, my fellow classmates.
Mm, yeah, absolutely. Now, did you have any hobbies prior to getting into nails, or was nails something that you've always wanted to do?
I was a makeup artist for a long time. Since I was about 13 years old, I was traveling, doing proms, doing weddings.
Mm,
Makeup was really my passion for real, but then COVID happened, so then I kind of pivoted randomly, and now we're here, and now I don't even have time to do makeup if I wanted to, even though I do want to, but
right. Yeah, right. Absolutely. So I want to get into your nail studio business. So I want you to talk about your nail business and also were there any obstacles as far as you building your nail studio?
you want to know like how it started?
Hmm.
Okay, so like I said, I was a makeup artist for a long, long time. Once COVID happened and I couldn't be in anybody's face anymore, and nobody really needed their makeup done for any reason because we couldn't go anywhere. Um,
Hmm.
I randomly was on YouTube one day and I saw this girl doing nails, and I was like, that's easy. Like, I could do that. So then I went all over the place trying to find a little Kiss nail kit because that's the only acrylic I knew at the time. I didn't even know
Right.
about any of these other brands. So I drove all around trying to find one, but everybody was trying to do their nails. So they were
Right.
sold out everywhere. So
Hmm.
then I finally found one. I did my mom's one finger. I didn't even do a full set. I just did her one finger just to tell myself I do the steps. And then I took clients that next day, and I've been booked ever since. Like, I've never not been booked. It's crazy.
Hmm. Now, was there any obstacles you faced as far as developing your business?
Like I said, I was one of the what's a good word? I was one of the like the good stories of COVID. Like as soon as I put up I was doing nails, I was fully booked and I was bad, but people just wanted something on their nails. So I've
Hmm.
never like had to get clients or like I've never had those problems, so that's something I can't really relate to.
Hmm.
But I mean, not really.
Okay. So you and another nail artist named Nailed by G have launched a nail brand called Opulent Beauty. Now, how did this business venture come about?
I feel like once you get to a certain place in your nail career, you just have to try to scale up. And
Hmm.
we're a duo that a lot of people know out here, and we just figured if we came out with good products that we, vetted, that people would enjoy them. So we try to put together a couple of products to sell to our girls.
Hmm. Now, what kind of products do you sell as far as Opulent Beauty?
So at Opulent Beauty right now, we're doing top coat and we have a handful of acrylics.
Cool, cool. I want to get into as far as your one-on-one nail courses. So you offer some nail courses that are one-on-one. So tell us more about the nail courses and what do the students learn?
So, I've been teaching for about 3 years now, I want to say. Think about 3 years. You learn everything, and I also give you a lot of tips and tricks, and I let the girls, ask me any questions that they want, and I make sure I answer everything thoroughly.
Hmm.
We go over the whole entire nail process. So I tell you like good primers and dehydrators to use, good files to use. I supply you with all of my favorite things, and we go step by step from prep, application, shaping, sealing. That's really it. We don't really get into designs in that course. I
Mhm.
usually tell my students, try to perfect this, be perfect at this, and then once you feel like you're perfect at the whole application shaping sealing thing, come back and we could do designs.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. So I want to get into as far as in regards to where you live in New York, what would you say are the most popular nail styles in your area?
Definitely French. I'm in Long Island, so there's a lot of French, a lot of shorties.
Mhm.
I would say probably abstract, but once you get into like the Queens and the city area, they'll go more like duck nails, charms, the
Mhm.
cool stuff. I cater to more of a clean girl aesthetic.
So pretty much, for Long Island, it's like laid back in terms of like the nail art
Yeah.
style.
The girlies usually try to go outside the box when they're like going on vacation or it's their birthday. They'll try to,
Right.
add a little pizzazz to it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's so understandable because definitely with Manhattan, in New York City, like the fashion garment district, like it's more out the box and it's very fashion
Mm-hmm.
and expressive. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, that's totally understandable. So I want to get into as far as pricing. So what has been your journey as far as pricing, like your nail art and nail services, but also too, did you find it difficult in the beginning to price your services?
Mm, such a good topic. I rant about pricing all the time over on my page. Um, so pricing in the beginning, I didn't know anything. Like
Hmm.
I didn't know anything about the nail community. I didn't know anything about the actual cost of the overhead. Like I really genuinely didn't know. So this is me just pricing, just trying to, make money during COVID and
Right.
I'm trying something new. I'm just getting into the game. I was charging like $30, $40.
Mm.
Um, Once I realized I was good, I think I got good about 7 months later. Good.
Mm-hmm.
So once I realized I was good and people started saying like, girl, $30, I was like, okay. So
Mm-hmm.
then I went up. I think I was maybe like 70 and I thought that was so much. Then once
Mm-hmm.
I started getting into shops and I was paying booth rent, I was like, all right, like you have a full-blown clientele. Like you have to pay this rent, you got to up the price. And this stuff is expensive. Once I started
Right.
finding out what Valentino was and
Mm-hmm.
Young Nails and all of that, I
Mm-hmm.
was like, oh, okay. Like I see why the girlies pay what they pay. So then now everything I do is minimum $100. If it's not a hundred
Mm-hmm.
dollars, somebody's just getting a basic color or a basic fill in with no design.
Right.
But I don't really offer that anymore. I don't really offer basic sets. The most basic set I have would be a French. But people know how to finagle my website into making me do certain things. So
Right.
when they do, the cheapest thing is about $75.
Okay. So I want to get into as far as just with business, as far as owning a salon and nail studio. So, what would you say is the most important and crucial thing one should know as far as owning a salon or nail studio?
I always tell my students you need to have 30 regulars. You need to have 30 people that you know are going to come back every single month. 30
Hmm.
people that you could rely on so that you know your rent is going to be paid.
Right.
But at the same time, I also tell people don't get a studio or a suite if you don't have any clients because
Hmm.
in reality, you're just paying everything back and you're not making any money. Like you're
Hmm.
paying your rent, you're paying for all the stuff you just bought, but you didn't make anything else. So it's a waste. You really have to have a good clientele for
Right.
you to get a suite. Suites are expensive. Today I was just on Instagram and I saw yes, it was in Manhattan, but I saw an aesthetic suite that was $3,500 a month
That's a lot.
for a room. Like for all of that, I could have a huge storefront.
Right.
Crazy.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. It's really nuts how a lot of stuff, even with like rental, especially with apartments in New York, it's mad expensive with the rent per month. It's like thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Even with the tiniest room, it's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
Is so mad crazy. So I want to get into as far as nail products. So what has been some of your favorite nail products to use for like nail art and things like that?
Okay, well, Opulent Beauty has the best top coat. $25 right now. Other than that though, Of course, Valentino would be my favorite cover acrylic colors. Their white is a really
Hmm.
good white. That's the white that I use for my French.
Right.
Nail Vault Beauty, she's a New York based nail artist. She created some polishes and her black is the best black I've ever came across. Um Brushes, I just use Amazon brushes. I am coming out with brushes though, but I just use
Cool.
Amazon brushes. Um in terms of color polish, like it's really hit or miss. Nail Vault Beauty has a lot of good colors though that are like
Hmm.
one swipe, don't need a double coat.
Right.
Um, Valentino is a hit or a miss. I have some Secret Nail Affair gel polishes that I've had for years and they're actually really good.
Hmm. Now, what type of like nail art brushes do you like using, or like acrylic brushes you like using?
For acrylic brushes, I use A Galore.
Hmm.
And for my nail art, I've had those since the beginning. I think it's just like some ones from Amazon. I don't think they're any like specific brand.
Hmm. Yeah, like for Amazon, the model ones, they're pretty good.
Yeah,
Like
model
fine,
ones. Yeah.
yeah, the fine stripe brushes. I think another brand that's very good is also Beetles as well.
Beetles. I think mine is Beetles. They
Hmm.
also sent me some PR that came with brushes. So maybe I'm using those, but the name wiped off. So I genuinely don't know.
Mm. Yeah, those are really good brushes off of Amazon. Now I want to get into as far as your favorite nail artists. So if you had a top five list of your favorite nail artists, who would they be and why?
Hmm. Definitely Taz in New York. Chilean nails. She's so sweet. Love her. She's so talented.
Hmm.
Sean. Every nail tech's favorite nail tech is Sean. Sean Legend. Um, I think her name is Cheyenne Nails. I think that's her name on Instagram. She does
Hmm.
a lot of like long nails, tapered square. She does a lot of cool nail art.
Hmm.
And then there's that lady in Africa. I think it's like Jahan Nails or something like that. She has a lot of like super clean
Hmm.
work. Yeah.
Hmm. I think that's like three or four that you named.
Oh, that was only four.
Yeah.
Um, Jahan Nails, Chilean Nails, Taz. Um, I said somebody else in there. And then I'll say the MJ's Nail Garden and Letitia Nail did duo.
Cool, cool. I want to get into as far as the nail industry. So, what are some things you like about the nail industry, but also too, what do you think could the nail industry be improved on?
I love the community we have. I think that I try to use my platform as a safe space for nail techs to speak their
Hmm.
truth, et cetera, because I feel like we
Right.
are downplayed, excuse
Hmm.
me, in the nail industry. And I feel like we do go through a lot and doing nails is way harder than it seems. It's a lot. And I think that
Yeah.
clients don't really know how much we really go through
Right.
as nail technicians. So I try to use my platform as a safe space. I know that for clients it can be like a little misleading and I haven't spoke on that yet. I'll probably make a reel about it soon, but I understand that for clients my page could be a little misleading cuz I do kind of make content for nail techs. But it
Hmm.
just so happens that me posting my nails brings clientele in because they want their nails done, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
But my social media base is nail techs and me speaking up for nail techs. So,
Right.
something I don't like or I think we should work on is being more adamant about our prices and not be me too because I'd be scared too, but not being scared to say how much things really are. Like it's
Right.
so
Yeah.
frustrating because when you want to say the real price, you're like, damn, that sounds like a lot. But like it's not. You price this out that way for a reason.
Exactly. And the thing is not to mention like the quality of the products, especially the time, especially if you've
Yes.
improved in skill, you have a right to the price at least hundreds of dollars. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And stand on that. And that's the thing. That's what I've learned over the years.
I agree.
And I think that's something that's very, very important. And there's a lot of talks, now as far as pricing and stuff, like especially in the UK. There's this organization called the Nail Tech Org, and this is started by Amy Guy, who's a nail artist from the UK. And she teaches people about like nail education, especially with business pricing. And tomorrow, April 8th, is going to be National Nail Tech, price increase day for the UK, for UK nail techs and nail artists. So, I'm glad that there's more conversation surrounding pricing, understanding, worth and value. That's the same thing when I went to this event called Beyond the Brush, the Future of Nail, and I was moderating like two panel discussions talking about like mental health and pricing and stuff like that. And even some people's asking questions about pricing, like how do I price my services and things like that. So it's a huge conversation now.
It is. It needs to be. And clients need to understand this is I made a post about this recently. You went out your way to book me. You had to go to my page, click the booking site, put your information in, book the appointment. You know how much it costs. So
Right.
don't come into my salon and then
Hmm.
sit here and try to go back and forth with me about the price. You went out your way to book my service. You have to pay the price. And if you don't want to pay the price, there's 20 million other people around the corner who do the same thing at all different prices. You have to find somebody in your price bracket because nobody
Right.
wants to service somebody who comes to them every time and complains about the price because you don't have to come to me.
Hmm. Yeah. I want to get into as far as your podcast. So you had you have a podcast called Let's Be For Real. What was the decision behind having your own podcast?
Yeah, I was just fed up. Like I really, I was in college, I founded my NAACP chapter. So I feel like I'm just always one to just speak up. And I was just fed up. Like, I feel like everybody is so scary. People don't want to say certain things on their platforms because they're scared they'll lose clients and everything. I have my loyals are very loyal. Those 30, 40 girls, they're coming back every month. I've been seeing them for 4 years.
Right.
So I love taking new clients, but I'm not really too worried about it, to be completely honest. So with that being said, I feel like I never thought in a million years I would have 43,000 followers like ever in my life. But now that I have this platform, I want to use my platform to be a voice for other nail techs and to let
Right.
them know, like, girl, we're all thinking it. Nobody wants to say it, but I'll say it though. But we're all thinking it. Like,
Right.
it's frustrating being a nail tech. It has its days where it's an amazing and amazing feeling and it's very fulfilling. And then it has its days where like it's exhausting and draining and you're just over it.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Now, for your podcast, do you plan on like covering different topics or specifically towards beauty and nail industry based stuff?
Yeah, so beauty industry in general, like I wanted to bring on
Hmm.
hairstylists, lash techs, etc., etc. The only reason why I haven't uploaded an episode of my podcast is because I recorded the whole episode, edited it, and then it deleted. So then I just got frustrated and I never looked back. But my shop is in renovation right now, so when it's done, I'll get back on that.
Cool, cool. I want to get into as far as mental health. So, how have you been able to juggle being a nail tech with mental health?
Yeah, it's hard. It's very hard. Like, people come and trauma dump on you all day long. You have
Hmm.
stuff going on, but you got to listen to everybody else's problems. Then you have the younger girls that's asking you for advice. And
Right.
I think, I don't know why, maybe because I talk so much on social media, but a lot of people come in and they genuinely want my advice. Like, they
Hmm.
want an actual, like, what should I do? And I'm like,
Right. Hmm.
so, it's hard, but I try to just have a coffee and just try to get through it.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Last but not least, where can people find you on social media? And how can people support you and your business?
Okay, I'm at Kitty's Claws, KITTYSKLAWSS. Then OBB Beauty, a Y, two Y's at the end of OBB Beauty. And that's really it.
Cool. Well, thank you so much, Kathy, for jumping onto the show. I love your work. I love how your work is very clean, very neat, especially with French and the shorty designs and things like that. So there's a really cool conversation. I wish you the best of luck with all your endeavors, especially your business. This was really cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Take care. Hello, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to click the bell for notifications. Also, follow me on my social media platforms and be on the lookout for more interviews to come very soon. Take care, stay healthy, and stay beautiful. Bye bye.